I had the distinct pleasure of just finally getting around to playing this game. It is called Donut County. It is by Annapurna Interactive. They make some incredible games, some of my favorite games, such as The Outer Wilds, not The Outer Worlds, The Outer Wilds, and What Remains of Edith Finch. Well, they are back again, and this game is insanely laugh out loud, stupidly funny. It's called Donut County, and it's been out for a while, but it finally made its way to Xbox GamePass for both console and for PC. And I am playing it today for you guys on the PC. I'm going to show you a snippet of the game. This game doesn't take long to beat. I think you could probably beat the entire thing in about an hour, hour and a half. It took me a day or two to kind of chip away at it. I wasn't really in any rush, but once you get going and you understand the mechanics, which there isn't really much to it, you're going to just kind of move around and grab things in this hole to make it larger and larger and larger to grab bigger things and bigger things. You've pretty much figured it out. There is some light, very, very light puzzle mechanics in the later levels when you unlock a catapult, which allows you to shoot things back out of the hole. And that allows you to hit some traps and triggers and that sort of thing to progress your, progress through the level. But what's so charming about this game, I mean, first of all, it's gorgeous. It's just a really bright, colorful, fun, goofy game. What's so charming about this game, without a doubt, is the banter and not when you're actually playing the game, when you're watching the story part. So the very loose premise, and not that you could even get into spoilers in this game, but I'm going to keep it very vague so you can experience the jokes and the laughter for yourself. Because like I said, you will laugh. I mean, I'm laughing thinking about how funny this game was. What basically the story is, this raccoon owns a donut shop, and every time people call for donuts, mayhem ensues, and this raccoon basically systematically destroys the entire town by this portal type thing, and he drops people into this hole. Now, everybody is alive and well. They have gathered now 999 meters below the Earth's surface, where everything is told essentially in a flashback story to figure out how they got there, why they got there. The dialogue with the characters is hysterically stupid and funny. The main character being BK the raccoon, who is up to no good. And his explanation for why he did things and the way he talks to the other characters is very, very humorous. There are also times when you will break away from the dialogue and it'll be text conversations back and forth. And you don't have any input on the story other than obviously playing the game. It's not like there's any decisions or anything that you're going to get to make as a character. But just reading the text dialogue and just thinking of how goofy these two people are texting each other is hysterical. So let's go and take a look at some of this dialogue. So Coco, this poor guy, he just lost his house. Mira, who is BK's friend, who is working at the donut shop, she's apologizing. And BK's like, what the? I thought we were friends, dude. I thought we were too. But then you ruined my town. Grr, I don't get it. I tried to help when you asked me to. I bought the catapult upgrade for you, even though it's a waste of points. Because BK thinks this is all a game. He doesn't really understand that what he did basically ruined this entire county. So then they start bantering over nonsensical things. And really a funny part of the story is BK doesn't want to be blamed. He's constantly trying to change the subject and change the topic. And he thinks he did everybody a favor because everybody was miserable. And he basically scooped everybody up and brought them down here. And he is basically not really trying to take blame for anything. So, as I mentioned earlier, each of these characters has a backstory, and you're gonna talk to everyone around the campfire to kind of see how they got to where they are. So this particular guy, he has a prized rooster, which is a little bizarre. that he's just happy with, and the raccoons are showing up to deliver the donut hole, which obviously leads to hijinks. Now, as I said, you can't lose this game. It is there's no way you can lose. There's always a way out of everything. If you try to eat, so to speak, something that's too large, it won't go in the hole correctly. So you're just gonna have to wiggle around the mouse, or if you're playing on your console, to control a little bit. Sometimes things need a little bit of boost to get them in. I never got stuck in the game. I did get confused in a few places. This is one of those where I was trying to actually figure out what was going on. Here's another conversation between the two characters. We got BK sitting on the toilet texting, as you know, many a great people do. What's the problem? BK, this is too much. And you can hit the little duck. There's an achievement for that. Surprisingly enough, I should mention, I beat this game and I didn't get a single achievement. Not that I care, but I just, as an aside, I thought it was kind of funny. So he's going to go ahead. This is him explaining that he has to go back. It's me smashing the duck. But you owe me. Bye. This is you using your points. You only make one purchase, by the way, and it is, as far as I can tell, and it is for the catapult. The catapult is going to allow you to shoot things, like I said, out of the hole, which opens up new levels. This is maybe like 70% through the game. This is going to change the way you play, because now certain things you eat will get launched up, and you're going to use that to, you know, implement some traps and that sort of thing. So yeah, you know, it's interesting because you're never going to fail, like I said, but sometimes it takes a little bit to kind of understand what they want you to do. Maybe some people are a little more, you know, faster than me on some of these puzzles, but like I realized very early on that, you know, I was able to grab a rooster and a rooster would launch out, and I understood that. And I wasn't really sure what I was supposed to do with it. I was trying to have it hit the bell. I wasn't really clear what was going on, but obviously you're trying to get the rooster inside the house to make more eggs. It took me a minute to figure that out. But as we wrap up the last little bit of this level and I get ready to close out this video, I've just got to say that this is such a lighthearted, fun game. You know, 2020 was an incredibly hard year for a lot of us. Me in particular, being very extroverted, and, you know, really kind of limiting my exposure with my friends, not being able to see people. It was hard for me. And I don't know, it was just, you know, I know 2021 seems to be a lot better year, and I don't know why. I mean, obviously it was on Game Pass. That's why I finally decided to check this out. But I don't know what it is about this game, but it genuinely just made me laugh. And for like an hour and a half, I just kind of forgot all my troubles and my worries, and I just had fun. The music is quirky, the writing is great, it's simple, it doesn't require much thought. It's absolutely a family-friendly game. There's no bad language or anything or nothing like that. It's just goofy. Particularly, and I won't get into spoilers, like I said, there's not really spoilers per se, but the final confrontation with involving BK is probably some of the funniest writing I've ever heard. And I don't know why. It's just so childish and goofy. But just, you know, the way that he talks, he's so simple. And there's just this one part with I don't want to give it away. I really don't want to spoil. I'm going to stop right there. But do yourself a favor. If you have Xbox Game Pass, even if you don't have Xbox Game Pass, I really recommend you check this game out. It is short, though, like I said. You're going to blow through it pretty rapidly. Most of the levels, like I said, they don't really require much in the way of any kind of thinking. You're just going to be able to blow through them rapidly, and the hole's going to get larger and larger and larger, and move on to the next thing. There's not really too many goofy animations or anything like that per se, so there's nothing to really come back to. I don't really think there's much in the way of replayability unless you want to get achievements or whatever, but you're going to chew through it quick. So I don't know what this game normally costs. I wouldn't spend more than, I'd say, $5 at most on it. I think that's probably about a fair price. Obviously, Game Pass, though, it's even better because it's just a quick download, and it's a very small file. It's like 200, 300 megabytes. It's incredibly tiny. But that's my review for this game. A glowing, glowing, glowing endorsement. I hope you guys play this game, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And with that, I'm going to close up. So that's it. And until next time, take care of yourselves. Oh, I totally screwed that up. Take care of yourselves, and until next time, I will see you guys on the other side. There we go.